Imagine this. You ordered food an hour ago. The access on the way, but nothing comes. So you call the driver and you heard him laughing, chatting with others. Just not working. What are you going to feel like? If you're like most of people, you feel angry. But here's the thing. What you actually say depends on what language you're speaking. My name is Grace. I grew up in Korea, and today I want to tell you about my strange little secret. In Korean, I will stay quiet. Angry, but quiet. But in Korean, in Chinese, I don't even hesitate. I just said, you don't look busy. Should I just cancel my order and report you? He showed up in 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, I know. Why I can be braver when I'm speaking this? Why I can be argue and calling out the delivery driver in Chinese but not in Korean? It was saying me. It was saying anger and just different language. So what's happening inside my brain? In Korea, I never learned to speak up because I never had to. My parents and adults did everything for me. And then I believe that I'm just kind of people who can't speak up like this. I'm just kind of people that want to stay shy. And then I moved to China and I started to speak Chinese. And then suddenly I recognized myself arguing with strangers, calling out lazy delivery drivers, and confronting illegal parkers. How can it be possible? And then I recognized that I'm not maybe that shy as I imagined. Psychologist Jenna Altarva explained this. Her study proved that our native language is tied so tight with our childhood memory and emotion. For example, like fears of scolded by your parents or the parents' voice. However, our brain treats the second language totally differently. Our brain, our brain treats it as a cold, logical, and safe tool rather than emotion. So I'm not that I'm being braver when I'm speaking Chinese, but my brain just finally got permission to think without fear. This is not just my story. Psychologist Boss Casel explained it as foreign language effect. His study proves that when people speak in foreign language, they are able to make more rational and less emotional choice. But why? Because our native language is wired with our emotional memory, which your second language isn't. Think about it. When people told you, I love you in your mother tongue, you understand in your heart. You feel it by your chest. But in second language, you still understand. So when we're speaking second language, it makes less emotional earthquake, smaller emotional earthquake in our mind. This is not a bad thing. It just means that smaller earthquake means that less fear. And that less fear led us to say what we actually think inside our mind. So the reason that I can't be speak up when I'm using Chinese is that because when I'm speaking Chinese, my mind doesn't come with my mother's disappointed face. I was thinking of this question for a long time. What is my real personality? But I recognize that what if that's the wrong question? What if I was just keep thinking of the wrong question? What if the personality is not just one thing, but like a toolbox? And every language that you speak is just a small tool that displayed inside the toolbox called personality. Korean brings out my thoughtful and careful side. Chinese brings out my fearless and direct side. English. English makes me easier to walk up to someone and say hello. They're all me. Language just decide which version of me gonna speak first. Are you perhaps trapped in a question that starts with, I'm just kind of person who, I'm just kind of person who are shy. I'm just kind of person who hesitates. I'm just kind of person who cannot speak up. What if that's not who you are? What if that's just your mother tongue being so loud in your brain? You don't have to move to other country to speak another language. You just have to throw one sentence into the word of foreign language. Even a wrong one, even a clumsy one is fine. Because behind the clumsy sentence, there might be another you, louder, braver, and waiting. So here's my question for you. Which language switch are you going to turn off as you walk out the door? Thank you.